Tony Stark's 9 rules for success. You see, since as a little kid, I'm always very fascinated by superheroes. As a young child, I would watch like Batman with my dad, and I didn't know anything about the Avengers or Iron Man or Tony Stark. I remember the first time when I watched the Iron Man. Oh my goodness, love at first sight. I fell in love with the character. Tony Stark, smart, intelligent, witty. His superpower, not because like Superman he could fly or anything like that, but because he is smart. He's got brain. I love the character. So today we're gonna talk about what are some of his rules for success.
You know damn well why. Back off.
Oh, I'm starting to want you to make me.
Yeah. Big man in a suit of armor. Take that off. What are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Now, if you watch any of the Iron Man movies or the Avengers movies, you'll see Tony's always very sure of himself, right? Even when Captain America is challenging him. He knows he doesn't have superpower or super strength, anything like that, but he knows what he is good at. See, very often in life that we don't do what we know we're supposed to do because of lack of confidence or lack of self-esteem. We don't believe, we don't know if it's gonna work or it's not gonna work, and what if it doesn't work? What if it fails? That lack of self-esteem, the lack of certainty. But self-esteem is the foundation of all success. Just imagine if you just do what you know you're supposed to do, if you believe in yourself, truly believe in yourself and be your own biggest fan, how much further you'll be in life, how much more successful you will be.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not Tony Stark.
Confidence comes from competence. One of the reasons why Tony is so confident about himself is because he's got the goods. He's got the skill sets. He's got the mindset. He knows what he's capable of. Not because of fancy equipment or in the lab or anything like that, just like what you saw in the clip. He built that from the cave because of his ability, because of his mind. So very often, if you want to be more confident or in certain areas, if you lack confidence, ask yourself, how much time have you spent on developing that skill sets? Honing your craft, getting good. When you are good at something, naturally you'll be more confident. So ask yourself in certain areas in your life, which area that you need to work on, which area you want to develop more confidence, which area you want to hone your craft, get good. When you're good at something, naturally you'll be more confident. When you're more confident, you'll be more determined as well.
I'm not saying that the world is enjoying its longest period of uninterrupted peace in years because of me. I'm not saying that from the ashes of captivity never has a greater phoenix metaphor been personified in human history. I'm not saying that Uncle Sam can kick back on a lawn chair, sipping on an iced tea, because I haven't come across anyone who's man enough to go toe-to-toe with me on my best day.
You see, I truly believe what holds most people back sometimes, yes, lack of confidence, but also lack of communication skill. You see, Tony is a phenomenal communicator. Tony Stark, very charismatic, very confident. Not only he feels confidence, but he knows how to communicate confidently. I think nowadays, because of social media, because now we're working on from the computer, from a laptop, from a phone, that very often, even young people, that they don't know how to talk to people anymore, right? They don't know how to communicate. It's through text. But how do you express yourself confidently, one-on-one, on the phone, or to a camera, right? See, that will have more impact in your career, in your life, in your income, way more than you think. So if you want to be more confident in life, in whatever you do, work on also your communication skill.
The only reason I haven't cracked up is probably because you moved in, which is great. I love you, I'm lucky. But honey, I can't sleep. You go to bed, I come down here, I do what I know. I tinker. Threat is imminent, and I have to protect the one thing that I can't live without. That's you. And my suits, they're
Machines.
part of me,
A distraction.
maybe.
Very often you see people that they say, I want this and I want that, I'll have these goals and I want to be more successful, but they're not willing to sacrifice. You see, I sacrifice a lot for what I do. There's always a pay price to action. If you want something, you have to give something. What are you willing to give? What are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want, right? If you want to make $40,000 a year, spend time with your family, have that work-life balance, that's perfectly fine. That's a good life. But if you want to make six-figure, you want to make $1 million a year, well, let me tell you this. There's no such thing as a work-life balance, right? You have to be willing to sacrifice. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be a workaholic. What I am saying is, in order to build your career, to build your business, to take it to the next level, to take your life to that next level, there's a trade-off, right? You cannot spend 3-4 hours a day playing video games and say, oh, now I want to be more successful. It doesn't work that way unless you're a gamer. But you need to make sacrifices. You need to say, this is the price that I am willing to pay for success, for the things I want, to be able to provide for my family. So ask yourself, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want?
Test complete. Preparing to power down and begin diagnostics.
Yeah, tell you what, do a weather and ATC check, start listening in on ground control.
Sir, there are still terabytes of calculations needed before an actual flight is achieved.
Jarvis, sometimes you gotta run before you can walk. Ready? In 3, 2, 1.
I love this quote. Run before you walk. Conventional wisdom says, walk before you run, right? You always take that step-by-step process. You kind of climb that ladder, right? You have to do it in a very sequential manner. But what I notice, sometimes success is messy. Sometimes you don't necessarily do things sequentially. You might have to do things simultaneously. You're working on many things at the same time. You're putting out fire, you're solving problems, you're doing a lot of different things. And sometimes, in order to get what you want, you have to act as if there's no limit to your abilities. You have to act as if there's no ceiling, there's no restriction. That is not so much, oh, once I know how to do that, then I'll do it. Let me ask you a question, because most people, what holds them back is, well, I don't know how to do something. And when I hear that, I always ask them, does that mean you don't know how to do it or you don't want to do it? Because you all have the ability to do it, right? It's just a question of, do you want it bad enough? Are you willing to learn it? Are you willing to do what it takes to get it? And sometimes you may not be ready. I always say, you don't have to get it right, you just have to get it going.
Yeah, let's
No, please, Mr.
Let's
Stark,
have it.
you don't understand. Please, this is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it, okay? God, I sound like my dad.
There's a saying, it's the man that makes the suit doesn't make the man, right? You have to be the man first, then you wear that suit. Just like this conversation, Tony Stark with Spider-Man. It's not the suit enhances your ability, right? Same thing in life, it's not just the environment and it's not just the things that you have. At the end of the day, it's you depending on yourself. It's not money that makes me successful. I'm successful because of my skill sets and my mindset. Money is a byproduct of value creation, how much value you deliver to the marketplace, and how many problems you solve for people, how much impact that you make to the world in exchange of value, in exchange of money. It's all that is. It's not so much once I have the money, then I will be successful. It's the other way around. Once you have this, then you'll be successful.
We're a weapons manufacturer. Tony.
I don't want a body count to be our only
That's
legacy.
what we
That's
do.
it.
We're ironmongers. We make weapons.
It's my name on the side of the building.
And what we do keeps the world from falling into chaos.
Not based on what I saw. We're not doing a good enough job. We can do better. We're gonna do something else.
Like what? You want us to make baby bottles?
You know how sometimes you're very, very busy and you're trying to do a lot of different things and you're not so sure what exactly are you trying to accomplish? Because busyness is also a form of laziness. That sometimes people get busy for no reasons at all. But exactly what are you trying to create? What is the outcome that you want? What is the end goal? It's always very helpful to know that first, and then you reverse engineer and ask yourself, why? It's not just, oh, what I need to do, that long to-do list, but you can ask yourself, why am I even doing this at all? Does this produce results? Does this fit into my overall vision?
The truth is, I am Iron Man.
Embrace your true self. When you're on social media, when you're trying to build a personal brand, I truly believe one of the most important things that you have to do is to be your authentic self. Maybe you're a little quirky, maybe a little bit weird, maybe a little bit strange, maybe speak with an accent. But your message, your story would resonate with people when you are truly authentic, right? I always say I'd rather to be hated for who I am than to be loved than who I am not.
There's no decision-making process here. We need to be put in check. Whatever form that takes, I'm game. If we can't accept limitations, we're boundaryless, we're no better than the bad guys.
Tony, if someone dies on your watch, you don't give up.
Who said we're giving up?
We are for not taking responsibility for our actions. This document just shifts the blame.
Sorry, Steve, that is dangerously arrogant. This is the United Nations we're talking about. It's not the World Security Council, it's not SHIELD, it's not Hydra.
No, but it's run by people with agendas, and agendas change.
That's good. That's why I'm here. When I realized what my weapons were capable of in the wrong hands, I shut it down, stopped manufacturing.
I think your intuition, your gut instinct is one of the most powerful tools that we have as human beings. But through time, that because of wrong decisions and sometimes that because of experience, that we don't trust our own gut instinct anymore. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes when you meet someone and you're like, everything else sounds okay, but your gut instinct is telling you, I don't know if I can trust this person. I don't know if I want to work with this person. Right? Very often, I notice in my, at least, business career, when I ignore my gut instinct, it never turns out very well. Like, I think I would say my intuition, most of the time, 90% accurate. My wife, Jenny, her intuition is probably 99% of the time, she's accurate. So there you go, Tony Stark's top 9 rules for success. Now, we've been doing a couple of these kind of videos, and I know you're enjoying it. Also, comment below, let us know what other people, what other characters or people that you look up to that you want me to do a commentary kind of video like this. Comment below, and don't forget, if this is the first time you are watching my video, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification and click the bell. You have to click the bell. If there are other characters and other personality that you want me to make a video just like this on, comment below and let me know. Maybe I should do a video on Groot. I am Groot. there would be a very, very short video. 9 rules of success all sounds the same.